reason.
Okay, so I know I have been MIA for a little bit, and we all know I'm in my last semester of senior year, and that can get really hectic with just looking for jobs and just finishing up all schoolwork and things like that. And I put this on the back burner because of all of the other stuff I had to do, which is something that I do not want to do because it's something that doesn't align with my future goals and where I want this channel to go. Where I want this channel to be in the next few years requires that I'm active on here and I'm actually posting and I'm sharing about my life regularly, no matter whether I'm busy or not busy. And so that's something I'm gonna work towards. And then also part of that are things like I kind of want to invest in a mic so you guys can hear me better, because I was editing the Mexico vlogs and the sound is really bad in one of the videos, which is unfortunate, but that's just something that happens, I guess, when you're a new YouTuber. And I want to invest in a light too. Right now I'm like using this light that I have in my room, but it has like a warmish tint to it, so it's not exactly what I want. But I created this little backdrop as well to kind of get me in that mood of filming again, because I also felt that my backdrop wasn't doing justice to what I was saying and what I was trying to do. So basically I'm gonna be posting this before the Mexico vlogs because I feel like I want to speak on my feelings that are pertinent and that are happening right now, instead of delaying them just because I have some kind of mental image and organization of how I want my videos posted. But I think it's better just to post what I'm feeling currently. And the Mexico vlogs, really, they can be posted at any time. Honestly, making this video at first, I felt a little embarrassed or guilty because I feel like with documenting, I go through bouts of really intense consistency where I'm posting regularly and I'm really intending to dedicate time to it no matter what. And then I'll hit a wall of like a lack of creativity or a lack of inspiration, and then I stop. Or if I have too many things on my plate, I'll put it on the back burner and I'll stop. And then it's so hard to get back into it. And so that, to me, I feel a little bit guilty about, or I guess embarrassed, because I keep coming back and saying, okay, now I'm gonna be consistent. But I keep doing that, bouncing back and forth between periods of consistency and periods where I'm not as consistent. And on that note, I do believe that it's all just part of the process, and it's all stuff that I should be sharing with you guys as I'm going through it, because I'm sure you guys also feel a burst of inspiration and then you're getting all this stuff done, working towards your future goals, but then you hit a wall and then you suddenly stop and you're like, why did I stop? Because I always have this idea in my head that the people that remain consistent through those parts where they get a little bit too busy are the ones that reach their goals and end up becoming successful at what they want to be successful at. And so I always battle in my head, I'm like, why am I not doing that when I know that that's something that I want to achieve? I also want to remind myself that I shouldn't feel guilty for this, because it's all part of the process, and what's the point in feeling guilty? I can keep reliving the past and keep thinking in my head of the things I didn't do. I can keep dwelling on the past, but I think what's most important is to ask the question, what are you going to do now about it? What are you going to do? You didn't do it yesterday and you didn't do it the day before. That's fine. That's over now. That's in the past. You have to let it go, and you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do right now? And that's something that I'm really working on, is letting go of that past, of that inconsistency, and trying to prove myself otherwise and prove that I can be consistent. So that's what I'm going to try and do from here on out, is be consistent. I want to show you guys that process, even if I don't feel like it. I want to show you guys that there's other people out there that are also struggling with consistency, because I think a lot of the time people look for that feeling of inspiration, and then when they don't have it, they give up. But in reality, inspiration comes from doing things rather than finding the right thing. In reality, what we should be doing is taking the action, because action leads to motivation and action leads to inspiration. It's not the other way around. And that's something that's hard to work through, as you can tell by my lack of consistency. So like I said, this is all part of the process. If you're making videos or if you're doing anything that you are struggling to be consistent with, know that it's all okay, and know that it's just part of the journey. You just have to let go of what you haven't done and what you didn't do in order to move forward and focus on what you can do now. Like I said, it's a very busy time because I'm looking for jobs and I'm trying to decide what I want to do for the next few years. But all I know is that I want to do this and I want to make time for this no matter what plan I end up having, and I'm gonna make it a point to do that and stay consistent with it. So thank you guys for listening and enjoy the rest of the video. Not gonna lie, I'm still feeling really burnt out and tired. I think it's because of my lack of sleep, but I'm just trying to, again, act, because action creates motivation. I'm just trying to take those first steps, because then I will start to feel inspired and I will start to feel in the groove again. But if you just wait for that inspiration to hit you, it could never come. It was actually kind of hard for me to come up with something to speak about right now, because honestly, sometimes I sit and my mind just feels blank, like I have nothing to talk about or tell you guys. But and I was watching these videos because I wanted to show you guys this guy's content. I wanted to share a clip of his content and then kind of discuss it with you guys. And I just kept watching his videos and I was like, well, I'm just waiting here forever and ever, trying to find a clip that I want to share with you guys, but nothing is really like fully resonating with me that I could go on and talk about, and my mind was just empty. And that's another example of just like putting something off. I was waiting for it to feel perfect. I was waiting to feel like a oomph of inspiration and be like, yeah, I want to talk about that. But you have to recognize that even if something doesn't feel perfect, you have to act anyway, and you can't just keep waiting until the conditions are entirely perfect, because that time may never come. I could have waited forever watching this guy's videos trying to find one little clip that would resonate with you guys and resonate with me that I could discuss, but that clip could have never come. I could have just sat here watching YouTube all night because I was trying to look for that. And so I think that's something that's really key, is that eventually I obviously came to the realization where I was like, nothing is resonating with me right now. I feel pretty drained, my mind is blank, but am I just gonna wait here forever for a clip to resonate with me, or am I gonna speak right now? And so what I did was decide to speak right now. But then, as you can tell, I feel like that part that I just talked about, how I could have just sat there watching YouTube videos for the whole night waiting for something to resonate with me, that little bit, what I just talked about, was way more inspiring, because it was true. It was my true feelings that I was experiencing, which I think at the end of the day, that's what people want to hear, is what I'm actually experiencing, not something I'm trying to experience or trying to be. Okay, so now I'm about to go to practice actually, and I'm gonna try and film a few clips at practice because I think that would be fun for you guys. And yeah, so have fun watching me play, and hopefully catch you on the flippity flop, and I'll see you soon.
I got it. You are.